The Making of a Monster, the Marvin Gabrion story. Marvin Gabrion's story is not for the faint of heart. It's a chilling tale of a man consumed by his inner demons, a man who transformed from a troubled youth into a notorious criminal. This essay delves into the depths of Gabrion's depravity, exploring the intricate tapestry of factors that contributed to his horrifying crimes. From his turbulent upbringing to his descent into violence, we will navigate the labyrinthine corridors of his life, seeking answers to the age-old question: what drives a man to commit such unspeakable acts? This is not just a story about crime. It's a journey into the heart of darkness, a stark reminder of the fragility of the human psyche and the devastating consequences of unchecked rage. Through a detailed analysis of Gabrion's life and crimes, we aim to shed light on the complexities of criminal behavior, urging readers to confront the uncomfortable truths that lie hidden beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. This is a story that will stay with you long after you turn the final page, a chilling testament to the capacity for evil that resides within us all. Join us as we embark on this unsettling exploration, peeling back the layers of deception and delusion to reveal the man behind the monster. But be warned, dear reader, for the path ahead is fraught with disturbing details and unsettling truths. This is not a journey for the faint of heart, but for those willing to confront the darkest corners of the human soul. Troubled Beginnings. A glimpse into Gabrion's early life. Marvin Gabrion's life was marked by turmoil from the outset. Born into poverty and neglect, his early years were a harsh lesson in survival. His childhood home was far from a sanctuary, lacking the warmth and stability that most children are fortunate enough to experience. Instead, it was a breeding ground for instability and dysfunction, setting the stage for a life marred by violence and despair. Details about Gabrion's exact birthplace and date remain shrouded in mystery, adding another layer of intrigue to his already enigmatic persona. Some sources point to Michigan, while others suggest a more transient upbringing with the family constantly on the move. This lack of a stable environment likely contributed to his feelings of rootlessness and alienation, further fueling his descent into darkness. The absence of a nurturing and supportive environment left an indelible mark on young Marvin. Deprived of the fundamental elements of a healthy childhood, he grew up with a distorted perception of the world, viewing it as a hostile and unforgiving place. This early exposure to hardship and adversity would shape his worldview, laying the foundation for his future transgressions. Family ties that bind. Unraveling the web of dysfunction. To understand Marvin Gabrion, one must delve into the tangled web of his family history. His upbringing was marred by a toxic mix of poverty, neglect, and domestic abuse. The Gabrion household was a crucible of dysfunction, where violence was commonplace, and love was a rare commodity. Young Marvin, trapped within this maelstrom of negativity, bore the brunt of his family's demons. His parents, trapped in their cycle of misery, were ill-equipped to provide the love and guidance that a child needs. Their own personal struggles spilled over into their parenting, creating an environment where fear and uncertainty reigned supreme. Physical abuse was a regular occurrence, leaving both visible scars and deep-seated emotional wounds on young Marvin. These early experiences with violence would leave an indelible mark on his psyche, shaping his perception of relationships and his capacity for empathy. Adding to the chaos were rumors of mental illness within the family. While the exact nature of these ailments remains unclear, their presence cast a long shadow over the Gabrion household. It's plausible that Marvin, exposed to these struggles from a young age, may have inherited some of these predispositions, further complicating his already troubled mental state. This intergenerational cycle of suffering underscores the complex interplay of genetics and environment in shaping an individual's life trajectory. The Gabrion family portrait is a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest threats to our well-being come from within our own homes. The dysfunction that permeated Marvin's formative years played a pivotal role in shaping his destiny. pushing him further down the path toward darkness. Seeds of discord. Early signs of psychological distress. Even in his youth, Marvin Gabrion exhibited disturbing behavioral patterns that hinted at deeper psychological turmoil. There were glimpses of a volatile temper, a hair-trigger rage that could erupt with little provocation. These outbursts, often directed at those closest to him, were early warning signs of the violence that would come to define his life. School became a battleground for young Marvin, a place where his simmering resentment towards authority figures bubbled to the surface. He clashed frequently with teachers, displaying open defiance and a blatant disregard for rules. This rebellious streak, coupled with his quick temper, made him a disruptive presence in the classroom, alienating him from both peers and educators. Beyond the schoolyard, there were whispers of petty theft and vandalism, minor infractions that hinted at a growing disregard for societal norms. These acts, though seemingly insignificant on their own, painted a picture of a troubled youth struggling to conform, a young man teetering on the precipice of a much darker path. These early signs of psychological distress, like cracks in a foundation, foreshadowed the collapse of Marvin's moral compass. They were harbingers of the darkness that lay dormant within him, waiting for the right moment to emerge with full force.